Hello everyone and welcome to another Light Protocol video. So today we will dive into another passage of my book, Rise of Understanding. So this one comes from pillar number 2, Balance, and is titled Revenge as a Distorted Manifestation of Balance. So our need for revenge or to cause pain when pain is inflicted upon us is deeply rooted in both our psychology and evolutionary survival mechanisms. So this instinct can indeed be interpreted as another way in which balance manifests in the universe, particularly in how actions seek to create equilibrium, whether on an emotional, social, or cosmic level. So number 1, the instinct for revenge as a psychological balancing act. So when we are hurt, betrayed, or wronged, we experience an internal imbalance, a sense that something has been taken away from us. Dignity, justice, security. The desire for revenge arises as an attempt to restore equilibrium, often by inflicting equivalent suffering on the wrongdoer. Example, if someone humiliates us, our instinct may be to humiliate them in return, to even the score. This creates a psychological sense of balance, as if suffering has been distributed equally. This is similar to how physical pain tells the body that something is wrong. Revenge acts as an emotional signal that injustice has occurred and must be addressed. Number 2, the evolutionary function of retaliation. From an evolutionary standpoint, revenge has historically served as a social survival function. In tribal societies, if a person could harm others without consequences, the social fabric would break down. So revenge functioned as a deterrent, ensuring that harm was met with consequences, which maintained balance in the group. Example, if a thief steals from a village and is not punished, others may follow. But if the thief is punished, the act of revenge reinforces order and prevents further wrongdoing. This is similar to Newton's third law in physics. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. In human behavior, harm often invites a counterforce to restore perceived fairness. Number 3, karma and revenge, the natural balance of actions. From a Buddhist perspective, the impulse for revenge could be seen as a distorted version of karma, an unconscious attempt to restore universal balance. However, unlike karma, which operates naturally through cause and effect, revenge is an intentional act of balancing suffering with more suffering, which often leads to cycles of pain rather than true equilibrium. Example, a feud between two families may start with a small act of harm, but because each side retaliates to balance the previous harm, the conflict escalates endlessly, like in historical blood feuds. True karmic balance happens without intentional vengeance. Natural consequences unfold, teaching the aggressor lessons over time rather than through direct retaliation. Number 4, the flaw in revenge, why it doesn't truly restore balance. So although revenge feels like it restores balance, it often creates more imbalance instead. The reason is that revenge operates under the assumption that inflicting pain heals pain, but in reality it extends suffering rather than resolving it. Example, someone betrayed in love may seek revenge by betraying another, but rather than healing, they end up feeling emptier, causing more pain in themselves in the form of guilt, not to mention the disturbance it also brings to the other person, which in turn will result in more pain and suffering for both parties involved. So another example, countries at war may seek to balance losses through counterattacks, but this often leads to endless cycles of destruction. This is why many philosophical and spiritual traditions encourage forgiveness, not as passivity, but as a higher form of balance, one that breaks the cycle rather than perpetuating it. Number 5, higher forms of balance, transforming pain instead of projecting it. So instead of revenge, a more evolved way of restoring balance is through justice, understanding, or transformation. This doesn't mean allowing harm to go unanswered, but rather seeking resolution that stops further suffering. So example, restorative justice, where victims and perpetrators engage in dialogue, often leads to deeper healing than mere punishment. Another example, if someone harms us, responding with strength and self-respect rather than revenge restores our dignity without escalating the conflict. This mirrors how nature balances itself, not through destruction, but through adaptation. A tree doesn't take revenge on the wind for breaking its branches, it grows stronger roots. So revenge is one way that balance manifests in the universe, but it's an imperfect, primitive version of balance, one based on repeating suffering rather than resolving it. True balance is achieved not through matching harm with harm, but through understanding, justice, and transformation. The instinct for revenge is natural, but transcending it leads to a higher state of equilibrium, one where balance is not about equal pain, but about restoring peace. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. If this video resonated with you, I have great news. I'm now offering free access to my book, Rise of Understanding, via Google Drive. If you're interested in exploring more, check the link in the description. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.
If you liked the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. That will allow us to keep making more videos like this. For more related content, please click on one of the suggested videos. Thank you for watching.